Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being up so bright and early to hear about all we've been working on. We're very excited to share it with you. My name is Jeremy Atuobi,
And I'm Gloria Gyakari.
and we are the Visionary Team, and our motto is where the community grows. Now, Visionary was birthed as a passion project as both sets of our parents, Gloria and I's parents, immigrated from Ghana, shaping a lot of their encouragement to us to do and be anything that we wish. And considering a place where the population for 53% of the nation is under 24, we want to meet people where they are in terms of their skills, passions, and ideas outside of conventional professional routes, similar in the way that our parents were able to empower us based off of their stories, having grown up in such a rich, vibrant environment. And so we hope to translate that into sustainable programs that can allow people to harness their ideas in an inventive space, no matter how elementary they may seem, and give them a global support system through our team, allowing them to be able to allowing that to be able to produce a ripple effect of expanded knowledge, where we hope that it will also contribute to economic growth in Ghana. We're a team of five, and two of us are based in Ann Arbor, Gloria and I, as you know, as the U of M students on the team, where Gloria is our CEO, and I'm also the head of strategy and communications. The problem that we're seeking to sort of the realm of problem that we're seeking to tackle is rooted in the UN sustainability goal of decent work and economic growth. And we hope that people can be a part of this work through the scaling of their ideas into sustainable ventures. We have seen that lack of exposure and education, unfortunately, doesn't allow people to envision themselves as entrepreneurs, which has fractured the potential for an ecosystem of entrepreneurship within Ghana. Um, and then this also is sort of exacerbated by the lack of capital available to entrepreneurs. Now, imagine being in a country like the United States, where it's already difficult enough for minority founders and entrepreneurs to be able to be funded. It's only increased in a nation like Ghana because of equity and inequality issues, especially towards women and younger people who can't necessarily scale their ideas because this funding is not available to them. Additionally, weak telecommunications, which is typically only available to people who are affluent, doesn't allow for people to participate in such ventures as well. So our solution is a fellowship, and we hope that our fellowship can empower people through a community-based model, which we've classified as Bwamenamemwao, which is our local dialect of Akan, translating into help me and let me help you. What we hope is that we can help people so that they can not only empower others, but broaden the knowledge that we dispense into the broader community. As a part of that, we hope to launch a year-long program where people will receive coaching and intentionally crafted programming led from both our team and also others who are well-versed in specific areas that are on the rise that youth are either interested in or already in, but seeking to advance themselves further in. So for example, farming is one of them. Ghana is a largely rural and agrarian nation, even though the urban metropolitan areas are growing. It's still largely rural. And so this is an area where people seek to break into, and we hope to support them. Most proudly, we're also hoping and super excited to invest in our stakeholders financially who affiliate with this program through the form of a seed grant. Our competition we've scoped out is being these three main sort of spaces and facilities. However, we think that we have the potential to support young founders and entrepreneurs better because we target local talent that could be overshadowed by some of these organizations' efforts to support the broader diaspora. Visionary is not affiliated with the government, and we also have a tailored program that will allow people to take ownership of their ideas. And now I'll hand it over to Gloria.
Thank you, Jeremy. So as businesses, we come up with our own assumptions. However, we didn't want to go that way. We wanted the community to tell their story. So we conducted a survey that went out to young people in Ghana, received over 150 responses. In that data, we gathered our target audience. And we also was able to understand what the problem was, which was people are not finding places to go to find like-minded people like themselves, or don't even know where to get started. So a little bit about our user. One person actually reached out to me and told me a little bit about her story. She told me she was underpaid and the little money that she gets, she uses it to help her family. So she's an aspiring vendor, which is also known as someone that's into e-commerce or drop shipping here in the United States. So I also informed her that the program was free and this is a fellowship that can help her become that vendor. She literally told me, I have tears in my eyes and can't believe this is an opportunity available to me. And that's when I knew this was an indication that we are actually on the right path to help the community grow. So of course, we have to keep our fellows engaged. And so we have created a success bundle encompassing all the needs that they need, the free internet, the seed grant to help them become that entrepreneur that they want to be. So currently in our timeline, we have launched a new Africans Millennial social media campaign. That's a motivational tool and inspirational boost for locals and also people in the diaspora so that they can become entrepreneurs as well. Finally, my slides, okay. So finally, we want to create this innovation center so that people can have that center where they can go and have that like-minded people community. We also want to move away from the Ghanaian stigma that you got to be a nurse or a doctor to only succeed. We want people to feel whatever they have in their mind to put on the table and be able to be the entrepreneurs and creatives that they want to be. Thank you very much.
Perfectly on time. Thank you so much. Okay, Dana and Stacey, I will let you jump in.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. This is a really inspiring idea, and I have a few questions. The first is, are the entrepreneurs that you're trying to reach only in Ghana, or are they Ghanaian Americans? Can you just describe that a little bit more?
Yes, I can answer that question. So our current competition kind of market only to the diaspora, meaning like American Ghanaians like ourselves. However, that doesn't help the local Ghanaians. It kind of puts them in a little bottle where they're not being able to get all the resources that they could receive being a fellow in somebody else's program. So our target is local Ghanaians. We want to make sure that the local Ghanaians are also reaping the benefits of other community members creating businesses and things like that.
Okay, thank you. And then the other question is, you talked about your solution being a fellowship and workshops, and then you talked about a community center. Do you envision the fellowship happening first? And where would that take place? How would that take place? And then when do you envision the community center?
Yeah, so our fellowship is set to start this July, this summer, and it's going to last for a year. It's going to be a year-long program of consistent, organized programming in the forms of those workshops that are listed on this slide. And so the fellowship is sort of our short term. Our long term is as we, are sort of putting together capital and fundraising and all of that, and having a robust sort of curriculum that works, then we hope to translate that into a center, which is more so of our 5-year goal down the line. And we had a bunch of slides in our practice presentations about our 5-year goal and long-term plans, but we realized that it was overshadowing a lot of what our immediate impact and footprint hopes to be. And so that's longer term, this sort of space. We haven't broke ground. We're not thinking about construction just yet. It's in the back of our minds, but right now, in order to have an immediate impact and build a target audience that is bought into what visionary is as an idea, we hope to start that with the fellowship program, especially considering the backdrop of the pandemic and not being able to necessarily be on the ground. It's a goal of many of our teammates, but unfortunately, it's not something that we can do so effectively just yet.
Thank you.
I have a couple of follow-up questions. First, thank you so much for the presentation. It was really great. I have a question about the team. So you mentioned that there are 2 people today who are presenting from the team. Can you speak a little bit more about the rest of the co-founders and their various expertise, and where they're located as well?
Sure, I can do that. So I'm currently in Texas. Jeremy's in Ann Arbor. Abna and Dibe Laba is in Ghana currently, and Nelson is in New York. Abna is getting her PhD. Nelson is a marketer, and so that's why he is the CMO. Dibe is a part of, handles all the technology, and he does pretty much all our pitch decks, our websites, everything that has to do with technical use. And you may know me and Jeremy. I hope that helps.
Yeah, that does. And so launching the center in Ghana, is there, will you all be going to Ghana eventually, or do you think that you can do a lot of this remotely?
Well, at least 3 of us want to stay in Ghana, so including myself. I wish I had the opportunity to just pack a bag and leave right now. But as Jeremy said, because of the pandemic, a lot of things have, been on halt. And so I do plan on going sometime this year, hopefully, fingers crossed. But yes, I would love to go to Ghana and be there and actually work on this on the ground and not be here in the States.
Great. And then in terms of your sustainability plan, I know that you mentioned that you're going to have a fellowship and you're going to have some seed funding. Where is the funding coming from?
Yeah, so we have been particularly applying to a bunch of grants, and we've been fortunate to win some awards over the past year. But it's going to come mainly from our grants for now. We've tried other fundraising tactics and are putting on some sort of projects into where we're creating infographics where we're distributing it to 3 different target audiences. So one are just like people in America who are bought into what visionary is. And then we have people in the diaspora. And I think that's a term we should have defined. So the diaspora includes continental Africans, people who live on the continent of Africa. And it also includes people of, African descent who are also spread out throughout the world. And so people who are a part of that broader community who also support visionary. And then lastly, we also are targeting just random anybody who subscribes to our newsletter or to some of the programming that we've done before. And doing that on a sort of campaign fundraising basis where we're sort of taking any amount of money we can get in terms of people who support us.
Also, we did launch this t-shirt brand, and some of the slides, you can see the other shirts. That's been also doing very well. And so we get some funds from there as well that go straight into our program. It doesn't go to our pockets. Everything that we do is really just to fund what we're trying to do.
Yes, we have not pocketed a dollar.
Just a follow-up question. So then your initial users would be people in Ghana, but eventually you'd like to open this up to people in the diaspora.
Yes. So when we have, when we're able to build this center, we're welcoming everybody. However, for the fellowship, and what we would like to do down the line is just to target the local Ghanaians so that they understand how to get started. Because in the surveys, they kept questioning about like, how do we get started? That's like really important to them. They all understand, yes, there's businesses, but how, you know? And so that's why we really target the local Ghanaians to make sure that they're able to do what they said they would like to do.
Okay, one last quick question. Is the fellowship going to be virtual?
Yes, yes.
Okay, is any issues with access to internet?
Right, and so in our success bundle, we're hoping to pay for the internet for them. We actually know how much it would be and what the people on the ground as well, they're able to communicate with the telecommunications department out there, which is Surfline, and we're paying for specific gigabyte, and then we'll give it to our fellows.
Thank you.
No problem.